Merry early Christmas, guys. I'm going to make a long video here about Christmas and my thoughts on kindness, the topic of kindness. I mean, this season is a season to be merry. What does it mean to be merry? To be merry. Like, to be really joyful, jolly. And how do you get to be joyful and jolly and merry? And I feel like that part of it is feeling good about your character. And how do you feel good about your character, about who you are? I feel like it's about the impact you have on this world, but what kind of impact? I feel like it's a positive impact about being kind. So I think kindness has a lot to do with your character, your quality of life, your happiness. It's hard to be happy, I feel like, when you're not a kind person. Do you kind of see that? How your happiness really depends on you being kind, you feeling good about yourself, you being of service to the other people, you being service to yourself, like you being able to honor yourself too, right? Because kindness is doing good acts out in the world, but it's also doing good acts to yourself too. We kind of forget about the self-kindness. Kindness includes yourself in it, because when you're kind, you're going to open yourself up to a lot of narcissists, to a lot of people who will, like just the sociopaths and all those people that will take advantage of your kindness. There's going to be people out there that when you open yourself up, you open up your heart, because that's what we're doing. When we are being kind, we are taking a vulnerable step, and we are really opening up our heart out to other people. It's like we're giving the world a hug, right? And when we give the world a hug, we are exposing our vital organs out to the other person, out to the world. And so it's kind of expected that when you're kind, that there's going to be people out there who will take advantage of that. But you need not to worry about that, because I want you to focus on being kind in general and being self-kind more importantly as well. And self-kindness is not the same thing as selfish, right? Self-kindness is you giving yourself love and kindness. It is you honoring your values. Because for you to be most effective at being kind, you have to make yourself a priority. You have to honor self-kindness, because if you're not an example of self-kindness, how can anybody else be an example of self-kindness? And then how effective is your kindness going to be if you're not even kind to yourself? You see that? Because, you know, it's the whole saying that we learn through observation, that children, they learn through observing their parents. And if their parents aren't kind to themselves, if their parents become smokers and alcoholics, kids are more likely to take up those activities, because that's how mama does it. My grandma always made it like this, So I want you to think about this, that kindness is important. People will take advantage of that. Kindness is really good for your mental health. Like I'm telling you, even if you have a bad day, a simple act of kindness, whether it's writing a thank you on your receipt at a restaurant, saying, "Thank you, Susan, for your beautiful service. I appreciate all your hard work in serving us a fine meal. I wish you a wonderful day." Something like that, a little thing like that, a little compliment can go a long way. It's so easy to be kind, but yet it can be so hard to be kind for many people. And I do get it. There's survival. It's harder to be kind when you don't have your needs met. It's harder to be kind when your survival is on the line, when you have to fight just to get a meal a day, when you have to fight just to find a space to live, when you have to fight just to even breathe. I get it. It's hard to be kind. But, even with that, like, it's really easy for me to speak about kindness because I am privileged. And they kind of say there's an argument that's like kindness is for the privileged, right? But I want to make a different argument here, that kindness is not just for privileged folks, but kindness is abundant. Kindness is not, it's not scarce. It's abundant. anybody can be kind. Everybody is capable of kindness. Even, which is so powerful. It's so amazing how powerful kindness is, because everybody can be capable of it. Even the world's, serial killer, somebody who's really bad, can be capable of kindness. And it's really about filling your whole heart and soul with kindness. And it really, it takes a lot of work. And for some people, I feel like for some people, they'll have some acts of kindness, but their whole heart won't be kind, like serial killers. Like, for instance, like, I feel like that there's some people that may not in this lifetime be able to be capable of being good-willed and being kind. But the best thing I feel like for our mental health is, at the end of our lives, like, we're going to be thinking about, what did I do with my life? Did I really enjoy my life? And who did I serve? What was my impact that I had on the world? And sometimes when you're having a bad day, kindness goes a long way. It really does. And it's all like, I feel like that happiness, what is happiness? Like Christmas, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. It means happy Christmas. Like, what does merry mean? It means joyful, being happy. And then how do you be happy, right? You have to feel good about yourself, right? And then how do you feel good about yourself? Well, probably doing things to help yourself and help other people. Well, what is that? Maybe acts of kindness, of doing something that will impact the world in a positive way. So I want you to think about that your happiness, your mental health, it really ties down to how you feel about yourself, your self-kindness. Like I've been saying, that for you to model kindness out in the world, you have to model it within yourself. And that's where to start. But that's not where it ends. It doesn't end with self-kindness, right? Be kind to yourself, which I'm very good at. And part of what I want to work on more, and me personally, is spreading more kindness out into the world. Because sometimes I'm afraid of talking to strangers sometimes. But, like, it's a fear I have it sometimes, but then sometimes I don't have it. So it's like, it's all about how I'm feeling in the mood. But I feel like that if you're able to, like, nudge yourself to go forward and just compliment this person, it doesn't matter, per se about your anxiety. Just if you just give them the compliment, if it's genuine, if you can just hold the door open for somebody, it goes a long way. So I don't know. I really just thought I'd make a video about this topic of kindness, and I'll probably talk about it some more. But I think the main takeaways is that practice self-kindness, then practice other kindness. And then just realize that your happiness really depends on how kind you are as a person, how you feel about yourself as a person. And then the most important point is not to bend over backwards for somebody else, right? Because that's part of the self-kindness, is that if you're really kind to yourself, you're not going to put yourself in positions to where people will take advantage of you and suck your soul dry, all right? So wish you a Merry Christmas, and the greatest gift is kindness. It's so easy, yet so difficult for some, but remember that it's abundant. It's everywhere. Even if you're fighting for food, for water, for shelter, I wish you the best. I really do. With all your struggles, with all your success, I wish you the very best in those. But just know that kindness starts now, today. And you doing one small thing each day that will make somebody think about what you did in a kind, positive way. All right. Stay blessed. Stay kind.